In today's Ask a Knitter series, we're going to take a look at converting a sweater to a vest. When you can do it, when it's going to get trickier, and the kind of things you might want to look out for. So for me, I've always done garments, like up to pretty much last year, I knit garments. I never really thought about vests. And then there was a couple of people in the studio who started saying, what about a vest? Have you ever thought about making a vest option? And it just got me thinking, got the brain cogs going. And I'm like, sure, why won't I give a vest a try? And so this sweater, which is the Galanta sweater, which was our autumn knit along in 2023, we put a vest option in. And that was probably my first time as an adult wearing a vest. And I realized what an incredibly versatile garment it was. If you were in those in-between seasons and you didn't really want to put a cardigan on or totally cover over what you were wearing, it meant that you got to actually keep yourself a little bit warmer, make the outfit a small bit dressier and more interesting, but not overheat. So it was definitely one of those eureka moments, and I realized that vests definitely are going to have a place in my wardrobe going forward. So that made me look at all of the designs I was doing and whether I could convert them into vests or what they would involve. And I thought I would kind of walk you through my mental process of thinking about how you could convert it, when it works, and when it's possibly going to be more trouble than it's worth. So the one I'm wearing, the Galanta, it is ideal for converting to a vest. And the reason for that is because it is a set-in sleeve, which is automatically going to give you a really, really nice vest shaping. So the vest version for the sweater is this without the sleeves. Literally, that's it. As we were working through, sometimes you might find, depending how you wear it, there are a couple of things you want to take into consideration, or depending on what you're going to wear under it, modifications you might want to make yourself. So this is done in the round from the bottom up. There is a little hem flap, but the rest of it's in the round up, and then you separate for the front and the back. You have armhole decreases happening on each side here, so that when you get up here, you've got just the width of the shoulders. It's a little bit of short row shaping to slope the shoulders, and there's a V-neck, so you've got decreases working up here. The main thing that I realized as I was working through with it is, if you're going to put an edging like the I-cord, which I love, it does tend to pull it in a little bit. So it means that you either have to pick up more stitches when you're doing an I-cord edging, or particularly if you're going to wear it with a vest inside, because vests tend to have quite a lot of fabric around here. So if you've got a snug armhole, you could end up getting kind of a gathered look in the bottom, which doesn't work so well. So if I was doing a vest again, I might possibly consider having a slightly deeper armhole, like even an extra half an inch or an inch in the armhole depth if you're doing the vest version, so that you're not going to run into that problem. And again, alternatively, just picking up a lot more I-cord stitches means that it's not going to have a drawing in effect at the edge. But that's pretty much the only difference that I notice with this, is just possibly a slightly deeper armhole. So if you want to make a conversion, I would suggest, and you want it as easy as possible, then finding something that was already a set-in sleeve, or anything where the shoulders are fitted and it comes out for the bust, because that's the most straightforward with no modifications to be done. So the upcoming autumn 2024, because of the fact that I really liked the idea of having a vest option, I decided to try and incorporate it into the upcoming knit along again. This one was a bit trickier and required almost a full redesign. So while it looks fantastic, the finished version we ended up with, in terms of being able to do it yourself, it's going to be a lot trickier. The reason why is because it's going to be, this one is the Day-Kite cardigan, but I brought it out because what it is, it's got raglan shaping. So this one is top down with increases, here I'll turn the front, with increases for the raglan here and here. So what you can see is when you're coming top down, you've got increases, your sleeve is growing all the way down the same time as the body. So that means for a seamless top down like this, if I wanted a vest, and you don't make any changes, you just stop when you divide for the body, you're going to end up with a sleeveless top rather than a vest, which is very nice, but it is not quite the same thing. So in order to modify for the upcoming pattern, what I'm going to end up doing is, as you're coming down here, you'll initially do a little bit of sleeve increases, and then when you hit this point where it's about here, you're going to bind off the sleeves, and then you'll just work the front and work the back section straight. So you're going to create a vest, but it's going to be a slightly different shaped one. It's somewhere between a top and a vest because of the fact that it was raglan shoulder shaping as you're going down. So that's the kind of thing you want to think about when you're looking at how a sweater is put together. Does the way the sleeve is constructed naturally or easily make it into a vest very quickly? So you probably are starting to see how a set-in sleeve is the way to go if you want to do a vest modification. Another one here, this is a baby version. This is Taupini, and there's an adult version called Taupo, T-A-U-P-O. And this one is done from side to side. And it's done as a sleeveless or a short sleeve top. So it starts in the middle, you knit to the side here, and then you pick up from here and you knit across here. And obviously when you reach here, you cast on stitches for the front. So when you reach out here, if you wanted a vest, all you do is you finish these ones off. So this one would be a very easy one to convert, because the armholes or the sleeve cap is done just with short rows. So you've got the stitches that were live across here. You're working short rows back and forth just for a little bit to create the sleeve cap, and then you're binding off. So this just shows you how, if you've got anything that's done from side to side, and it's a more unusual construction, so you're less likely to come across that, but that will work very well. You could, things like drop shoulder sweaters where it comes all the way out to the edge here, you could do a vest version, but it is going to be, particularly if it's oversized, you're going to have the edge of the armhole going to be out here. So it's not going to be as neat or as fitted a vest. It would be more like a short sleeve top. And the other one that I don't think would work at all really for a vest is going to be a circular yoke, because you're increasing in circles all the way around. With the raglan, I could stop some of them here and continue down, but with the circular yoke, that's not going to happen. So you're not going to be able to convert to a circular yoke. So those are kind of some of the I suppose the more common ways of constructing shoulders, but it should hopefully give you a fairly good idea of what you want to look for in a pattern to be able to convert it, what ones will be easy to convert, and what ones can be converted but are potentially going to be an awful lot more work. So let me know how you get on, and make sure you follow the channel to be able to watch all future Ask a Knitter videos.